Good evening, everyone. We'd like to call the meeting to order and welcome everyone.
This meeting is being held in accordance with the schedule of meetings adopted at the organizational meeting held on January 6, 2025. Adequate notice of this regular meeting of the Kenilworth Board of Education has been provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, the local source on January 16, 2025. A copy has been filed with the Kenilworth Borough Clerk, posted in the Board Office, the Kenilworth Borough Hall, Burley and Harding Schools, as is provided by the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. Please rise and join us in the salute to the flag.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Ganella, can you please have roll call?
Biner? Here. Crincoli?
Here.
David? Here. Ferrara?
Here.
Haberther?
Here.
Herdina?
Here.
Ladati?
Here.
Panici?
Here.
Zimmerman. We have quorum.
Okay, thank you. We will now have the receiving of the minutes of the Secretary from June 9th, 2025, the regular Board of Education meeting minutes, and June 20th, 2025, the special meeting. Can I please have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Haberther, seconded by Dr. Concoli. All those in favor of accepting the receiving of the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion's carried. Mr. Ganella, do we have any monthly correspondence?
Yeah, we have two items of correspondence. We have a thank you note from Danielle Skeffington to the Board of Education regarding her salutatorian appreciation, and we have a thank you note also from Danielle Skeffington to myself regarding the Horace Hayman Memorial Scholarship. She was a recipient for that scholarship. And then, a little more. Then we also have a letter from Executive County Superintendent Darrell Palmieri to Dr. Panici regarding the certification of the CEP notification.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, can we please have a motion to accept the monthly correspondence? Second?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Ferrera, seconded by Mr. Biner. All those in favor of accepting the monthly correspondence, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion's carried. Thank you very much. We will now have the superintendent's reports and presentation. Superintendent Davies.
Thank you, Dr. Panici. Good evening, everyone. Happy summer. Hope everyone had a good 4th of July. It's been very active here in Kenilworth. Mr. Ganella is going to provide us his monthly update regarding our construction referendum projects. While he's getting that prepped, I can just say, seeing all the flurry of activity has been really wonderful. Things are looking really sharp. We're looking like we're on schedule, excited for the upcoming school year. Each day there's wonderful new transformations happening, and I think our kids are going to be entering into a wonderful middle school. Our high school students are going to be entering into a wonderful new science labs, and there's a lot of movement over at Harding, so there's a lot of activity in the district. Our grounds crew, maintenance staff, and custodial folks are working really hard. And just a shout out to, we have several students working this summer, so a shout out to them. They're doing a lot of paint work and moving of stuff, so thank you to them. I'll have a few more updates once Mr. Ganella finishes his monthly update.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. To get right into it, the HVAC upgrades, the final closeout documentations are in review, so we'll hopefully be wrapping that one up in the next couple of months. Very little work is left to be done on that project. The additions and renovation work continues. The storefront installation of the addition is complete. Glazing in Area A, which is, remember, Area A is the new addition, is in progress. So we're about 95%. Just a couple pieces that are still that need to be installed. Site work, the field has been hydroseeded. We're not totally happy with that, so we're going to be having a discussion with our construction manager, the architect, and the contractor regarding that. The MEP, the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing installation is nearly complete. Polished concrete on the first floor is complete and looking good. Elevator installation has been delayed due to supply issues, so that will not be ready for September, but we do have a second elevator in the building, so that's not going to be an issue. Paint is complete. The only thing that needs to be done is the final coating. Once all the contractors out and the cleaning is done, we'll come back and do a final coat. Tile is almost complete. The remainder is to be finished after the elevator is installed, so we don't damage it as the elevator is installed. And flooring in the rest of the addition is complete. Regarding Area C, which is the multi-purpose room for the middle school or the old back gym, the air handling unit or the spiral duct installation is in progress. It's pretty impressive when you go in there to see that. Light fixtures have been installed. The windows are installed. One of them did break while installation, so they're waiting for new glazing for that. You'll notice that if you look at the back of the gym. And then painting is in progress, and I could show you some examples of that later on. Area B and D, auditoriums and second floor renovations. The cloud installation at the Briley Auditorium it's pretty much complete right now. So if you go in there, you'll see the clouds, the acoustical clouds on the ceiling, and they're looking pretty sharp. Flooring abatement was complete, and we passed it all our monitoring inspections, so that was good news. So we can continue with the demolition and the renovation of those 6 classrooms on the second floor. And then finally, also in that area, the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing is in progress. So here are some pictures that you can see, the entrance and the side of the new addition. You can see in the third picture there, the clouds for the acoustical clouds in the auditorium up. And then if you go down to the bottom, that is the multi-purpose room. In the middle school, you can see the spiral duct system that I was talking about, as well as the new ventilation and air conditioning. Remember, we decided to install air conditioning in the back gym here because it's also being used as the cafeteria. So that received a whole new system there. The second picture, you can see the windows, including on the left corner there, the broken one. But you can see there, you can see also the painting and the painting schematic that we chose. The third picture on the bottom, you could see as well as the painting, but you could also see into the what's going to be the serving area for the kitchen for the middle school cafeteria. Moving along, you can see the bridge between the old and the new. Up at the top is the first floor, going from old to new, and then the second one from new to old. The third picture there is the middle school lobby. Toss that in there because it's looking pretty sharp. On the bottom row, you can see the old to the new of the second floor, and also the new to the old on the second floor. And then a picture of the thermostat with the temperature showing that the AC is working. So that's good news. Some first floor addition, the high school science labs. Longo has been in there for the past couple of weeks getting the lab equipment and all prepped. The first room there you see is a biochem room with the lab tables. The second one there is one of the prep rooms. The third one is the chemistry room. You can see in the back of the chemistry room the 2 fume hoods there. The white objects there in the back are the fume hoods. The third room is the environmental science. The fourth is the physics. And the next one is a duplicate picture of the storage rooms or the prep rooms. The alterations, they just started. They started this work literally the day after school started. In addition to the bridge connecting the old and new, they started knocking out walls and installing new walls. You can see here, this is where the first picture is where a new door is going to go for one of the larger classrooms on the second floor that's being split into 2 classrooms. And then you can see the demo work. The ceilings have been ripped out in some of these rooms, and you can see the prep work that's going in there. On the bottom picture, you can see that the tile was removed on all. Actually, the tile was removed in multiple classrooms here, and then the middle one on the bottom, you can see the studs going up for the splitting of the room, and the final picture just shows another classroom that's being demoed. So if you look at the project breakdown, we're still on schedule. You can see here that the field and improvement project is 100% complete. We did have some change orders, but as we have noted, the majority of those change orders were applicable to the contaminated soil that we found out there, and we recuperated much of that money through the insurance claim that we filed with our environmental insurance company. Project number 2, the mechanical, it's 95, almost 96% done, so we're just waiting for some final punch list on that. And then the additions and alterations, it's about 78% complete. We did have some change orders. There are some change orders on this evening's agenda. They were reviewed in detail with the Finance and Facility Committee earlier this evening. We do anticipate some other ones, but we do not anticipate them significantly impacting the overall budget of the referendum. The auditorium seating is complete for both Harding and Brearley. The science labs are 78 and 79% complete, as well as the art room for the middle school. So that's what we got. Are there any questions?
I just have one question, and actually Mr. Davies might be able to answer it. Are the science teachers looking forward to doing more projects and demonstrations with these new labs?
Yeah, the science teachers are stoked. They're so excited for these new facilities. Yeah, they couldn't wait to pack up their old places and move into their new places. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
they
really
are.
exciting for the students to
It
be able
is, yeah.
to
And
see
we've
that.
added, just so you know too, we've added a number of electives over the last few years. We now have astronomy, which we didn't have 3 years ago. We're having zoology. We have forensic science. So we've added a lot of science coursework to really inspire our students.
So those
in the
rooms
sciences.
are really going to be, the
Very
students
much
of Kenilworth
utilized.
are going to be able to
Yes.
really experience this.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the one thing we did make sure when we were going through the finance committee, when we first started the whole referendum, was to continue to press the superintendent at the time, or to make sure that we were getting up to date, because we didn't want to put, stuff in the science lab 5 years ago, that's, by the time we get it done, was going to be obsolete, right? So that's one thing we just made sure that we were trying to press forward thinking, to try to make sure by the time we get this all done, it's not obsolete already, then we're repaying for something else.
Agreed, yeah. Good. Any other questions for Mr. Ganella or me regarding the referendum? It's really exciting stuff to see, and just want to thank the community for their support. And I think everyone's going to be really pleased when this is all done and we can showcase it. I was hoping to do a couple of tours over the summer. Not sure where we are with that in terms of timeline, but for sure, first day of school. We're planning on having a grand opening ceremony of the new wing, the middle school, on that first day of school in the evening. So that's September 8th at 6 p.m. We're tentatively scheduling a grand opening ceremony. And then, of course, parents will be enjoying the new spaces on back-to-school nights and things like that. So it's a very exciting fall coming up for us.
Are you gonna pair those gigantic scissors?
We have
You're
the
gonna
giant
use them
scissors
again.
already.
That's right,
yes.
when we first did that.
Still
I
have
wanted
them,
to
yes.
put that on my background picture, but I don't want to put you guys on my social media.
I often use the idea of, I've been using the term building. We're building in Kenilworth, and we're building momentum in Kenilworth. We're literally building in Kenilworth, as you just saw from Mr. Ganella. There's great stuff happening, but I wanted to bring up this slide here for everyone to see. We're also building momentum with our academic achievement. A lot of work has been going in from our teachers and our students to raise expectations of our students, and data is coming out now. Last week, our AP scores were released by the College Board. So our AP program exists at the high school level. For those of you who don't know, we offer 13 AP courses at David Brearley. There's 11 teachers involved in the program. We administered 137 exams this past May, and the data is coming out that 94% of our AP students earned a passing score of 3 or higher. You want to make sure your students are getting a 3, 4, or 5. Typically, if you're earning in those 4 and 5 zones, colleges to which the students are applying oftentimes accept the College Board AP credit, and it can reduce tuition costs for families and students. So it's a great benefit to students to be able to excel in this area, and I'm just so proud of that trend line that you're seeing there. That's hard work, and I wanted to make sure and kind of punctuate that. That's hard work on the part of our staff, our leadership team, our teachers, working really hard to raise expectations. And kudos to the students, of course. They're the ones who earned the scores, but there's a lot of hard work behind that. To see those scores rising steadily over the last 5 years is really great stuff going on in our district, and it takes the full district for that to happen. It starts at Harding and works its way up to David Brearley, so there's a lot of good movement there. And so we're building our academic achievement as well as our facilities. So congratulations to those students who earned those scores. A number of our seniors are going to be applying those credits to their colleges in the fall, and congratulations to our teachers for really delivering on academic achievement. So that's that. Any questions on that slide? You'll be getting a more comprehensive overview of standardized test scores that we currently have at the August meeting, NJGPA results, AP results, and the WIDA scores. WIDA is for the ELL population. And then in the fall, either September or October, we'll have our NJSLA score report as well. So we'll go in depth into that data, but I just wanted to kind of present this highlight because we just learned this and it's really exciting. And I want the community to share and know this. I emailed out this to staff, to parents, and we'll be posting on social media as well.
Is it the 137, is that 137 unique students? Or
So
is that,
some
like,
students,
some might have AP.
yeah, some might
AP,
take 2
like that?
tests, some might take 3, a number take 1. So that's
Right.
not exactly students, but
Right.
yeah.
That's what,
The second piece of news that I wanted to share is that the state of New Jersey released its preschool expansion aid grant application last week. So that's big news for us. We were waiting. Thought, because usually it comes out right before 4th of July. This year it came out right after 4th of July. So that's exciting for us because we are eagerly and excitedly applying for that grant. That grant will enable Kenilworth to have free full-day preschool for all of our residents. So that's wonderful. It's going to take a couple years to get us to full capacity, but we're in the process of making sure that happens. And also just a few announcements. This Thursday, the 17th, Mr. Bubnowski will be holding the 3-year-old pre-K lottery. So he's advertised that, and those families that have registered for pre-K are aware there's going to be a lottery held. It's public, it's on Zoom, so those families that have registered their children for 3-year-old pre-K will see where they fall in the priority order. That's on Thursday. Also, we're going to be holding a preschool parent information night in August on Zoom. In the evening for all those parents, whether you have a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old child and you're looking to know more information about the preschool education expansion and what things look like and how it's going to work, questions that you have about aftercare, transportation, lunch, whatever it might be, nap time, we'll answer all those questions in August. So you'll get more information about that in your email soon. And then finally, the grant, the PEA grant that was released last week, the application is due on August 20th, so we're spending these weeks, in addition to all the construction and the analysis of our test scores, we're looking at filling out that grant application, make sure it's the best it can be so that we win that grant. That concludes my report. Just to note, board members, there are your typical updates in your packet. There's the discipline report from June, the enrollment report at the end of the year, residency report, and the HIBs. There were no HIBs in June that were investigated, but do note that when you vote on the HIB resolution tonight, when I originally reported out at the last meeting regarding May, there was only one case at the time, and there was one case that was pending. That case that was pending has been resolved, and it was not a founded HIB. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. It doesn't show up in the June because it was a May case, but the May number was updated. So you're voting on the May HIB situations from that month. So any questions about anything that I reviewed or that's in your packet?
Sounds good.
I just want to thank your team for all the hard work you guys are doing.
Thank you, yeah. We're working hard, but that's our job. It's excited to do so.
Okay. Thank you, Superintendent Davies. We'll now move on to board, report of committees, review of resolutions, and board discussion. Up first, finance, facilities, and negotiations, Mr. Ladati.
Okay, thank you. Facilities and Finance Committee met this evening. We discussed topics such as the additional anticipated grant aid and the funding from the state, facility projects, including the change orders that Mr. Ganella spoke about, which are resolution number 6 on the agenda. We also went over the plaques for the new lobbies. Discussed policy and regulation number 7510, which is the use of the facilities by outside organizations. We reviewed that. We'll have a recommendation before the full board in the August meeting. The annual agreement with the borough and the SLEO officer, special law enforcement officer, was discussed, including the rates for 25-26 school year. We spoke about policy regulation number 5111, which is the eligibility of resident and non-resident students was reviewed, specifically towards tuition rates required by the New Jersey Department of Education. Again, we'll have a recommendation and we'll present that in the August meeting. Mr. Ganella and the staff are preparing for the annual audit. It seems like we're always doing this, preparing or having the audit, right, Vince? 12 months a year. The buildings are currently being cleaned and prepped by our staff. At this time, we anticipate no issues with opening in September. Now, I could go into the resolutions. Resolutions 1 to 4 are the normal first 4 resolutions each month, which include the superintendent's report, which Mr. Davies just presented, along with the billing report and the financials. The billing report was reviewed. I found no outliers. The financials are proper. And there's no line item transfers that were equal to or greater than our $5,000 cap. Resolution number 5 are conferences and workshops, and the only one we have is a safety and security meeting that Mr. Ganella will attend. 6 are the payment to the contractors. I reviewed all the payments made to the contractors and found them all to be accurate and based on the work performed. Mr. Ganella spoke about the change orders. None of the change orders that you see on the resolution cost us any additional dollars at this time. 7 is insurance. We belong to the New Jersey School Insurance Group, which kind of get a break in on these premiums, but you can see the premiums are pretty high. I mean, the total premium for the school just for insurance is $365,000. Number 8 is student accident insurance. That's a premium of almost $40,000. Resolution is the Individuals with Disability Act. Again, that's for the grant money, and the totals received at $367,254 for basic and preschool 11 amounts to $378,925. 10 is pretty simple. They're just increasing the threshold from $44,000 to $53,000. And tuition reimbursement for our teachers. That's kind of self-explanatory. They're all did well, because they all passed their classes. 12 is the approval of district learning plan, which we have to do, and 13 is a co-op David Burley gymnastics team with Springfield. And that's all I have. And the negotiations committee will be meeting right after this meeting. And that's all I have.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Ladati? No? Okay, thank you, Mr. Ladati. Up next, Personnel Management, Mr. Haberthon.
Thank you. There's 10 resolutions tonight. 14 and 15 are for resignation. Resolution 16 is to hire a custodian maintenance person. Resolution 17 is a hiring of a library media specialist consultant. 18 is a rescinding of a leave replacement employment offer. Resolution 19 is approval for a change in salary. Resolution 20 is the approval of unused sick days. Sorry, Resolution 20 and 21 are the approval of payment of unused sick days. Resolution 22 is approval of summer programs, substitute coverage. And Resolution 23 is the appointment of various doctors. That's it.
Questions for Mr. Haberkorn? No? Okay, up next, curriculum and instruction, Mr. Ferrera.
Resolution 24 is just a HIB report for May. And that's it for curriculum and instruction.
Anyone have questions about the HIB report?
No. Well, maybe one. How do we do compared to last year? Do you have a comparison of the number of cases? Are we doing better or worse?
So that's a separate presentation. I don't have that data with me
Okay,
right now,
that's
but that
fine.
is something that we
Next
will-
meeting or
yeah, we-
September's fine,
We
yeah.
do report out that.
Okay.
And look at the trends over time and compare it to last year.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to old business. Any old business? Okay, want to remind the public, please, check our social medias, look at our website. If you have questions about anything, continue to reach out to your building leadership and follow the hierarchy of command in each building. And if your concerns are not addressed, reach out to the superintendent so that we can help support any of your needs. Any new business? No? Okay, we'll now move on to opening up the meeting to public for comment. Is there a motion to open up the meeting to the public for comment?
So, second.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Ferrera, seconded by Mr. Haberther. All those in favor of opening the meeting to the public for comment, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Ganella?
Yes, public comment will now be accepted. The board sets the limit for the public to speak to 5 minutes per person unless prior permission has been granted by the Board of Education to extend that time. Please be reminded that while members of the public may speak on personnel matters during the public, the Board of Education is legally prohibited from discussing individual personnel issues in public session unless the employee at issue has requested a public discussion. The board's role is to set policy and ensure the effective operation of our schools, while personnel recommendations are the exclusive responsibility of the superintendent of schools. The board reviews and acts on these recommendations in accordance with state law, district policy, but does not initiate or manage individual staffing decisions. The board and superintendent work closely in collaboration to maintain a professional, well-functioning school system that serves the best interest of our students, staff, and community. For the record, please indicate your name and address prior to making your comments.
Any public like to comment at this time? Yep. Okay.
Hi, I'm Stacy Miller. I live at 150 Forest Hill Road, West Orange, New Jersey. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself because I've been sitting in a lot of meetings, and in case you don't know me or you haven't interacted with me, I am a teacher at Harding, and I'm the new vice president of the KEA, a role that I've been waiting to take over for many years, so I'm really happy to be in this capacity doing this. I feel like because I've been here in this district longer than any other teacher at Harding School, I have a lot of the history and the backstory of where we've been, where we're going, who we are, what we believe in, and I'm just looking forward to working together with you guys. As I mentioned when I came in, I spent the day in my classroom. I'm one of 20 teachers that's moving into a new room, so I was pretty excited about moving. I was mostly excited because this morning someone told me that all my boxes were moved up to my room, so 32 boxes that I packed in June did get moved up to my room, but I don't really have any closet space to unpack them, so I haven't unpacked anything yet. And just that's me. I'm just one of the teachers that's going to be doing a lot of unpaid time in the school, cleaning and setting up my classroom and making it the best that I can for your kids. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? No?
Motion to close the public portion.
Second. Okay, motion made by Mr. David, seconded by Mr. Biner. All those in favor of closing the meeting to the public, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion's carried. The meeting is now closed to the public. Mr. Ganella, are we ready to vote on roll call of resolutions?
Yes, we are. right, 24 resolutions on this evening's agenda. Do any of those need to be voted on separately? Okay. Biner?
Yes.
Crincoli?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Ferrara?
Yes.
Haberthur?
Yes.
Hardina?
Yes.
Dotati?
Yes.
Panici?
Yes.
Motion's carry unanimously.
Okay, perfect. Do we have a need to go into closed executive session?
We do not, do we?
No, we don't.
No, we do
Okay.
not.
So at this time, since there's not a need to go into closed executive session, I will make a motion. We're not going back to vote on anything, right?
No.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn, please. Okay. Second? Okay.
Sorry,
Second,
Gail.
John? Oh, motion made by Mr. David, seconded by Mr. Ferrero. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, ayes have it. Motion is carried. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much.